So have you ever just looked at all the fitness advice flying around and felt completely swamped?
Oh, absolutely. It's like a constant flood, isn't it?
Yeah, fad diets, new workout crazes, information that totally contradicts itself. And let's be real, some pretty unattainable standards sometimes. For so many of us, I think the goal is pretty straightforward. We want to feel strong, look lean, feel confident.
All right.
But then there's this background worry.
Yeah.
How do you get there without losing something, without compromising your femininity? It feels like a balancing act.
It really does. And that feeling of being overwhelmed is precisely what our source for today's deep dive is trying to tackle.
Okay.
It's called Fit, Fierce, and Feminine, a woman's blueprint by John M. Thata. And it basically promises to cut through all that noise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, offering a clearer and, importantly, a science-backed path that's specifically for women.
A science-backed path. I like the sound of that. So that's our mission today, then. We're going to dig into this blueprint, see how it plans to deliver, results that stick, and maybe even shift how we think about being fit, fierce, and feminine.
Let's do it.
I mean, I think most of us can relate to that feeling of being stuck, right? Caught in that loop.
Definitely. The quick fixes, the advice that changes every other week, those huge expectations.
Yeah, exactly. And deep down, you really do want to feel strong. You want to look good. You want to feel that confidence. But there's that nagging thought about, not wanting to lose your sense of grace or femininity. So when this book says it offers a clear science-backed roadmap specifically for women, how does it actually, cut through the static? What makes it different?
That's a really good question. I think it comes down to its integrated approach. It's not just random tips thrown together.
Nope.
John M. Thata combines specific resistance training methods designed for female physiology with smart nutrition strategies, things like nutrient timing, intuitive eating, and also really critical mindset tools, building that mental toughness.
Oh, so it's holistic.
Very much so. And what's key is that it actually acknowledges and works with women's unique hormonal patterns and how our metabolism works. It's not just a generic plan copy-pasted.
Right, not a one-size-fits-all approach. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So, okay, if that's the approach, what are the actual results, the practical stuff it says you'll achieve? Because sometimes those big promises sound great, but,
Sure. You want to know what it does?
Yeah, what's the payoff?
Okay, so the book highlights several key outcomes, things that really tackle those common struggles we talked about.
All right.
First up, build lean muscle while keeping your feminine curves. This is huge.
Okay, yeah, that immediately tackles that fear, doesn't it? The bulking up fear.
Precisely. It directly confronts that idea that lifting weights will somehow make women instantly bulky. The book explains, scientifically why for most women getting that kind of massive muscle growth is actually hormonally pretty difficult.
Right.
It usually takes really specific, often quite extreme, training and diet protocols that are way beyond typical fitness goals.
So it's not about avoiding weights.
Not at all. It's about guiding you to use progressive overload, especially with compound exercises, in a way that enhances your natural muscle definition. It creates that lean, athletic look, not bulk.
That distinction feels really crucial. Understanding how to use weights for your body for a sculpted look rather than just sheer size.
Yeah.
That's a mindset shift.
It really is. And flowing from that, another big promise is burning fat effectively, but without crazy restrictions.
Okay, tell me more about that one. Because the restrictive cycle is exhausting.
Right. So this offers relief from that constant dieting, that feeling of deprivation. The book isn't about starving yourself. It focuses on optimizing your metabolism.
Wow.
Well, it teaches you things like how to work with your hormonal cycles to potentially improve fat burning and how to structure meals so you feel full and have steady energy. The goal is effective fat loss without feeling miserable or constantly hungry.
That sounds sustainable, which is often the missing piece, isn't it?
Exactly. Sustainability is key.
Okay, so we've got lean muscle, effective fat burning without the misery. Yeah. Does it go beyond just the physical stuff?
Oh, absolutely. It definitely broadens the scope. It talks a lot about how you can develop strength and confidence both in the gym and outside of it.
The mental aspect again.
Yes, it's about building that resilient mindset. The blueprint explains how, say, mastering a challenging lift or pushing past a mental barrier in your workout that builds this real, tangible sense of achievement.
Yeah. I can see that.
And that feeling, that self-efficacy, it doesn't just stay in the gym. It spills over into how you handle everyday challenges. So it's not just physical power, it's the mental strength, the self-belief that grows from showing up and proving to yourself what you can do. It empowers you across the board.
That link between physical effort and mental strength is so powerful, isn't it?
Yeah.
It reframes exercise from being just about looks to being about, well, empowerment.
Totally. And a huge part of that empowerment, I think, comes from the next point. Understanding the actual science behind women's fitness.
Getting educated.
Exactly. Empowering you with knowledge, not just rules to follow. Like, it explains how our hormonal cycles can affect energy, recovery, even when certain types of training might be more effective.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And knowing that allows you to work with your body's natural rhythms, not fight against them. It makes your efforts smarter, more effective, and definitely more sustainable.
That makes so much sense.
And that deeper understanding is really what helps you break free from the myths that hold so many women back.
Okay, give us an example. What's a common myth this blueprint tackles head on?
Well, the big one we touched on, the idea that women shouldn't lift heavy weights or they'll look manly or overly muscular.
Right, that old chestnut.
Yeah. The book lays out the science, the hormonal differences, explaining why that's just not the reality for most women. It clarifies that consistent progressive strength training is actually vital.
Vital for what?
For things like bone density, metabolic health, and for achieving that lean, defined look many women actually want. It shifts the perspective on weights from fear to understanding, using them with purpose.
Okay, so it really does sound like it's offering, like it says, practical steps that actually work.
Yeah.
Not just theory. It feels aimed at people who are maybe frustrated, who feel like they've tried a lot already.
I think that's exactly right. The book even calls itself not just another fitness book, it's a blueprint for transformation.
A blueprint, okay.
Yeah, that signals something deeper, more holistic. And it explicitly says it's for whether you're a beginner, ready to take control, or someone who's tried everything without seeing results. So it aims to meet you wherever you are.
And guide you with strategies that are actually tailored, considering the female body in mind.
Precisely.
But, digging into it, there seems to be something even deeper than the practical advice, a kind of core philosophy that felt really resonant. It challenges a pretty common idea, I think.
You're absolutely right. And this is where I think the book makes its most powerful point about identity and how we see ourselves.
Okay.
The central message, the really empowering one, is this. You don't have to choose between being powerful and feminine. You can be both. That directly pushes back against this ingrained cultural notion that strength and femininity are somehow opposites, especially when we talk about fitness.
Right, like you have to pick one.
Exactly. The book kind of dismantles those old fitness stories and societal messages that have pitted strength against femininity. It argues that building strength intentionally, thoughtfully, can actually enhance your sense of self, your physical grace, your confidence. It doesn't take away from femininity, it can actually amplify it.
I really like that reframing. Redefining strength, not just as brute force, but as something integrated into your whole self. It pulls everything together beautifully, leading to that tagline.
It's a tagline, yeah.
Fit, fierce, feminine. Your strongest, most confident self starts here. It's simple, but it covers how you feel, who you are, and the potential that's waiting.
It sums it up perfectly, I think.
So, as we kind of wrap up our dive here, it really seems like the fit, fierce, and feminine blueprint offers something quite distinct. It's science-based, it's holistic, it's specifically for women, and it guides you towards strength, leanness, confidence, but without asking you to sacrifice that essential sense of femininity.
Yeah, and what's really interesting is thinking about how much clarity that kind of understanding can bring to your own fitness journey,
Right.
When you start using principles actually designed for women and you let go of those old myths because you understand the science, it just gives you more confidence to navigate your path. You can aim for results that actually last and redefine what fit even means for you.
Absolutely. Which brings us to maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to mull over.
Okay.
If it's true, if powerful and feminine really don't have to be mutually exclusive, what new possibilities does that unlock for your own journey with health, with strength, with confidence?